Hello, this is Mr. Buck, Assistant Principal and Activities Director here at Powell Middle School. I want to welcome our incoming sixth grade class and their families to our open house scheduled for Thursday, August 22nd. Our doors are open here at 4 p.m. We do have a schedule outlined for that evening associated to your last name. There's a 30-minute window for you and your family to come in and practice those locker combinations and get to know our building staff. Please know that this is not mandatory. If there's a time that works better for you or your family that evening or even Friday afternoon, when we're going to open those doors for 6th through 8th grade to come in and practice those locker combinations and unload their school supplies, pay their lab fees, please know that's available to you as well. But this designated time does help just to alleviate the herd, so to speak, and give you some more elbow room and hope you and your child have a better experience as you get to know your building staff and ask the necessary questions and practice those locker combinations. Some quick introductions here as you prepare to meet new staff coming through those doors that evening. Mr. Rohr is our school principal. Again, my name is Mr. Buck. I'm the Assistant Principal and Activities Director. Our counseling staff, Mrs. Winky, Mrs. Fitzgerald, and our school psychologist, Mrs. Dillevin, will be there for you that Thursday evening. We're going to hand out a brand new t-shirt to our incoming sixth graders, an Orange Powell Middle School shirt donated by local support and our BLT parent group here at Powell Middle School. A lot of our incoming sixth grade students will wear that any day, but it's a great t-shirt for PE. A lot of our students will wear an orange t-shirt and black shorts to PE each day. That can be their designated PE shirt or just use it for their own personal wear. We want our students to have a sense of ownership here at Powell Middle School, and that's a great way to kick it off. Introducing our sixth grade team. Your child will have their schedule in hand that Thursday. Mrs. Simpson, Mr. Bonander are in our math department. They share a lot of students. You'll probably have one or the other on that schedule, but please know that they share almost every student daily, and they can explain their system that has been incredibly successful here in our sixth grade wing. Mrs. Horton and Mrs. Warren likely do the same with English and language arts. Mrs. Haney is coming to us from Westside Elementary. She'll be our social studies teacher. Mrs. Carter, her second year in science. And then Miss Lovett, Miss Giltner, and Mrs. Snell in special education. Electives, PE every single day for our kids. We're very proud of that. Mrs. Kistler and Mr. Oram are in the PE department. Mrs. Allred, your child will have family and consumer science for 9 weeks out of the year. Mrs. Catlin for digital citizenship that sixth grade year. Mrs. Hitz with health. Mrs. Murray will be our brand new music and choir teacher here at Powell Middle School. And then Mr. Fabella with band. As mentioned, your child will have PE every single day. Those elective classes are the first and second period out of their 10 within their daily schedule. So some students will have PE right out of the gate at 8 a.m. or it may be their second period class. That's going to be coupled with a 9-week quarter class, and those quarterly 9-week classes are going to include digital citizenship, as mentioned with Mrs. Catlin. That's in our library. Family and consumer science will be another quarterly class with Mrs. Allred. Health with Mrs. Hitz, and our students get 2 years of health, 2 9-week 6th and 7th grade curriculum courses in health before they move on to the high school. And then they do get music for 9 weeks as their 4th quarterly class. So those aren't necessarily in order. Every individual schedule is a little bit different, so please look those over and let us know if you have any questions. Again, physical education daily. They will have PE every day throughout their middle school career, something we're very, very proud of. Within their core classes, so their core classes are going to be periods 3 and 4 will be a core class, and then periods 6 and 7. 8th is going to be a WIN class for our 6th graders. I'm going to explain that here in a little bit. And then they'll finish their day out in a couple of core class. So again, not necessarily in any particular order. Look over those schedules. Those schedules are a little bit confusing when it explains their Monday through Thursday schedule, and then it's going to have a block Friday schedule. As you're all familiar, we get out of school at 12:45 on Fridays. So in order to good quality time in the classroom. We certainly don't cover 10 periods within that shortened day. We block those core classes. So we have what is called an Orange and a Black Friday, and we can explain that to you that Thursday evening as well as to your child. So no need to be overwhelmed on that schedule that first evening or that first day. Hopefully building staff will be there to help give an explanation and answer those questions. For an elective during that 8th period, so we talked about when is what I need. That's an organized study skills class for many of our students. That'll be during 8th period. So originally all of our students are signed up for that when period. We will have an introduction to band. 6th graders have the opportunity to partake in band, and that will be during that 8th period. So your student will either have when in a core content area classroom, or if they choose to and are eligible for participating in band, excuse me, that will be during that 8th period class. Again, we're here for questions if we can help in any way better explain that schedule. The first week, at least, probably the first 2 weeks of school, we're going to be developing strong, trusting relationships with our students and helping alleviate those stresses if there are any, answering those questions and going over expectations. Our updated parent and student handbook is available to you online. Core content area teachers will be going over these handbooks the first few days of school, along with a lot of other exciting activities that we have planned for our students. But there's a lot of information here. I think it would be beneficial to take some time to go through this with your child at home. And it may not be necessarily before we get started with school, but just as you go through that handbook online, the first week or two of school, you can have those conversations with your students. And like I said, they're going to be given a very thorough introduction from a core content area teacher the first couple of weeks. So everything from district policies with academic accountability, absences, agreement policies, discipline, dress code, etc. That is all available to you in that handbook, and you're more than welcome to reach out if we can help clarify or provide anything more. We believe we're very consistent with our elementary dress code as far as expectations on what is school appropriate. Coming in, transitioning into the learning environment, again, just take a little time to review the language that is outlined for you within our student handbook and reach out if you have any questions. We do have a no cell phone policy here at the middle school. What that means is a student is not allowed to be on their personal device, smartwatch, tablet, personal cell phone while they are on campus within the educational day. So from 7:30 a.m. when they step foot on campus to 3:25 p.m. we ask that communication device is silenced and secure. What this also means is that a student is allowed to have their phone on their person. They're welcome to bring a phone to school. They can have it in their pocket, secured and silenced. At any point in time, if there's a need to use that device, communicate with parents, guardians, there's an emergency, etc., all they need to do is have a conversation with an adult staff member here at the middle school. Once that permission is granted, we know why that student's on their phone, and that's perfectly fine. Students are always welcome to come down to the office as well and use our landline to reach out to families at home. A lot of our students just secure their personal device in their locker throughout the day. So those options are available to our kids and to our families, but we have transitioned to this policy the last 3 years and found great benefit to alleviate distractions and concerns within the educational environment. All building staff are very much involved in facilitating and encouraging social emotional growth of all of our students. We have all of our core and elective content area staff, administration, counselors are all involved in our second step curriculum, which we share with our students the first 25 minutes of the day on Friday mornings. A lot of fun, rich discussion and activities take place at the beginning of the day, each Friday morning. We also highly encourage our students, our kids to self-advocate and to communicate with adults, to reach out and seek support or ask good questions and look for guidance on how we can help them through relationships and just overall social development. We focus on the positive very much here at the middle school level. All of our buildings do, of course, but we've found great benefit in just recognizing the good things, little and large, that our students do each and every day with our positive behavior systems that we have in place. So these are good questions to ask. We can help clarify anything that you may have heard or teach you a little bit more about what to expect as your student transitions to the middle school level. And for our parents, communication is key. We have a lot of different avenues for you to be informed and to reach out if there's ever a need or when there is a need. Canvas is going to be a learning platform that your student will be involved in throughout their middle school and high school career. That also not only provides the curricula and the information that is taking place within the classroom, it's also an avenue for you to reach out to that classroom teacher at any time. And email is always available to you. Of course, our district utilizes Infinite Campus Messenger. If there's any time-sensitive information that needs to be shared, please expect a monthly newsletter along with a monthly calendar involving all activities and events taking place here at the middle school. Any pertinent information we feel is important for you to know as we go throughout the school year. Our Facebook page is very, very busy and such a great resource for our families, not only to obtain information, but to see some of the great things that are taking place within our building and student activities. Highly encourage you, if you follow Facebook, to join the Powell Middle School page. District website, brand new transition last year. There's a lot of information for you there, and then please know you're always welcome to give us a call if there's anything more that we can help provide. Piggybacking off of the communication slide, just some additional tips for success as your child transitions into the secondary level. Having a consistent time for homework each night. It's not going to be every night, but it is important and very much a part of their learning. Becoming very familiar with just staying on top of their progress through Infinite Campus. Canvas, as mentioned, is going to be the primary resource for you to know what is taking place in the classroom and how they're doing. You can see record of their assignments being turned in. You can communicate with those classroom teachers. Just a very, very valuable learning platform. Their laptop that they will bring home. This is a school issued device, and having just a designated place and location for that device at home, having it charged and prepared before their next day at school is very important. Communication, just being consistent with your child. Ask them how their day went. Have those conversations daily, and you know your child best. Reach out if there's ever any concerns or need for clarification or question. And then just becoming familiar with how we communicate with you, and vice versa. We will get to know you as your child progresses through the middle school, and communication is invaluable. It is key, and so please don't ever hesitate to reach out on the front end. So just to recap on the schedule for Thursday evening, August 22nd, we do have these 30-minute blocks outlined for you. Truly, if those don't work for you and your family, come in anytime that evening. Just want some balance and some quality time, a good experience for you and your child. Take advantage of this night. We're looking forward to seeing you all here. Really looking forward to the beginning of a new school year. Reach out if you have any questions, and go Cubs. We're looking forward to an outstanding 24-25 school year.